Let's wait for some time and let people join, and then we can start the Q&A. I can see someone has joined. So if you have any question, do let me know in the chat. I'll be more than happy to take it. Hi Shivam, I'm doing good. How are you? Good to know that. I'm about to join Newcastle University for data science this September. All the best, Shivam. If you have any question, do let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer. And also, I have a playlist on my channel. Uh, I think it's MSc Data Science Newcastle University. So in that playlist, I have talked quite extensively about the program and my overall experience in Newcastle University. So you might find that playlist helpful. But yeah, if you have any question, feel free to put it in the chat. I wanted to know about proportion of R and Python. So for initial few modules will be in R. So data visualization that will be purely based on Power BI. After that, you will have um, statistical foundation and statistical learning, that is purely in R. After that, you will have data management, so that is also in R. I think after that you will have machine learning. So machine learning you will be doing in Python, and then in next semester you will have deep learning module. So in that also you will be using Python. So yeah, initial few modules will use R. How difficult is it to get sponsored visa? Um, as a fresher, I would say it is very hard, but it's not impossible. If you have some experience, let's say 3 4 years of experience, and you're joining a company for a mid to senior level role, then yes, there are possibilities that you will be able to find a sponsored job. Considering your batch and senior batches, how guys are doing placement wise for DS course? So, if I talk about the senior batch, almost everyone has found something related to data science, data analytics, something like that. For my batch, again, most of the people have found something relevant. There are still few people they are trying to find data science, data analytics roles, but whatever they are doing right now, it is paying them quite well. So that is there. So yeah, I would say within 6 months to, let's say, 12 months, you should be able to find something relevant to your course. Experience in SAP is also considered as experience while searching for jobs as a data scientist. Any experience is considered. It's not like if you have experience in, let's say, software development, or if you have experience in supply chain, anything, whatever experience you have, it is considered. It's not like you will be considered as a fresher. Yes, of course, the kind of role that will be given to you will not be full blown data scientist role. You will start with something basic. Probably you will do data engineering, you will do data analytics, or maybe you will work on a specific parts of machine learning, deep learning. So that is there to test what type of skills you have, and what type of, or what level of expertise you have in data science. So once you are able to prove that, yes, you will be able to get into, I would say, full blown data science role. So if you have experience in SAP, yes, it will be considered. It's not like you'll be considered as a fresher, but it won't be similar to someone who has data analytics or data science or data scientist related experience. Mm, Heal or hell, what to choose? I need to look into the course content. I don't remember exactly, and also I don't really have any overall idea about these universities, so I can't really comment on this. What is the effect of Alan Turing Institute partnership of a university? So there are times when there will be some opening or internship available at Alan Turing, and you might be able to get that is because you will be in touch with a lot of professors, and these professors, they are part of Alan Turing uh, as well. So I think it plays a good, or I would say it plays a vital role in letting you to find an internship or maybe a full-time role. So I would say it's always good to have those kind of tie-ups. It's MSc Data Science and Artificial Intelligence. So what I would say is, Tosif, put these university name and the course name in the comments. And once this live Q&A is over, I will look into the course content and I will let you in the comments. No worries. You're welcome, Tosif. Under data management module, what are the topics that are covered in R? It is more specifically about how you should structure your files, and by file, what I mean is code file, data file, reports. So, how to structure those things, and you will be doing a data analytics on certain data set. I don't remember what data set we had, but yeah, you will be doing some kind of data analysis, and you will also learn about um, different methodologies. So let's say agile methodology, so how agile is being used. So similar thing is being used in data science practice as well. It's a bit old, but still it is being used in industry quite a lot. So those kind of things will be covered. I think it was CryptDM. So yeah, I think it was CryptDM. I have a repository on GitHub. I don't remember the name of the repository. Let me quickly check the name of the repository, and you might find it helpful. So that is the exactly project that we did as part of data management. Yeah, so the repository name is cyber security data analysis. So in that repository we'll be able to find the whole structure and what kind of analysis I had done. So everyone could choose whatever analysis they want. I just chose to do this kind of analysis. You can do whatever analysis you want. So students were free to choose whatever they wanted to analyze in that particular data, and you had to do it in multiple cycles. To find my GitHub profile link, you can find it in the description of this live Q&A or any other video that I have on my channel. How different is MSc in data science and MSc in data science and AI? It depends on university to university what they want to name. So there will be a lot of universities where they will just say MSc data science, and there will be universities where they will say MSc data science and AI. But if I have to go in the technicalities, if a course is saying that MSc data science and analytics, they will be covering quite a lot of deep learning part as well. And if a university does not say MSc in data science and AI, in that case they will may or may not cover the AI or deep learning part. So that is the case. But then there are a lot of universities where they don't say AI, but still they cover deep learning, because I personally think as part of a data science course, you should cover deep learning. So most of the universities they are covering it anyways. After doing data science and AI or data science, what will be the future of job roles? So there are a lot of data science related roles available. There are a lot of data analytics roles available. You just need to keep in mind that the competition is going to be really high. There are a lot of people applying for those roles. I would say average number of people applying for each role is around 200, if not 200, at least 150. So that's a lot of people applying for one job. So competition is going to be high, but there are a number of jobs related to data science, data analytics, data engineering, so things like that. AI engineer. Are we free to choose R or Python for our assignments and dissertation project? For dissertation, yes, you can choose. For assignments, for first few modules, like I told you, you have to use R. After that, it's totally up to you if you want to use Python or R. So if you want, for machine learning module, if you want to use R, you can use, but if you want to use Python, you can use that as well. And I think they will cover Python as part of machine learning module, so that is there. I know this question is out of box, but I want to know why you choose UK rather than US, which has good job market. So for me, it was important that I finished my course quite early. So in the US, the course is from 1.5 to 2 years. Here in the UK, the course is just for 1 year. And also, the living expense and the overall expense of any university in the US was expensive as compared to UK. And also, I personally do not like the culture of US, so I prefer to avoid it. You can say that both the countries are having this Western mindset. Yes, that is true, but still, I prefer to be in European region rather than US. So that is there. Yes, of course, the job market might be good for US, and pay scale is also really good there, but then the expenses are also really high in US. So those were some of the factors. And also the other thing is, if you look into the course content in US, mostly the master's courses, they are MSc computer science. And in your computer science course, yes, you can choose machine learning modules and deep learning modules, but there isn't any course which is specifically designed around data science. Yes, you might be able to find some universities, but when I was looking for universities back in 2020 or 21, so I could not find a lot. I don't know about today's situation, if there's any university which is offering those kind of courses. Yes, you might be able to go for that if you want, but at that time I could not find a lot of universities where they were giving masters in data science, so that was again something which was kind of a deal breaker for me. So yeah, those were the reasons. Will both R and Python will be taught, or we have to choose bet between them? Again, it depends quite a lot on university. In my university, they did not teach either of those languages. I think they had some tutorials on R, but there weren't any lectures or something like that. So you had to pick up R on your own. Same goes for Python. There weren't any lectures on Python programming. You had to just learn Python on your own. Yes, there were some students, they had specific lectures in Python, but they had done their bachelor's from Newcastle University in statistics. So I think for them, they had arranged some sort of classes. So if you are coming from a background where you don't know Python programming, and if you have got an offer from Newcastle University, you can probably reach out to program director or admission team to ask, can you enroll for those courses. If they allow you, yes, you can learn Python as part of your module. But usually in Newcastle University, they did not teach, but there are a lot of universities they do teach either of these languages. But if they are teaching, I think they will teach only one programming language. They won't teach both of them. So the other programming language you'll have to pick on your own if you want to. But if a university is covering Python or R as part of their module, they would like to use that programming language for other modules as well. So you don't really have to learn um, the other language. So that way, I think you will be covered. How long it takes to cover all loan once you start working? Um, Again, it depends quite a lot on how much loan you have taken. But in general, if I have to say, you should be able to pay within 1.5 to 3 years. So that is what I can probably give you a range. City University opens for Jan intake. I can't find it on the website. If they don't have it on their website, then probably not. I don't have any information related to that. Can you suggest some good course to cover R in context of what is required for Newcastle course? If you go to YouTube, if you just search for R tutorial and pick one playlist and just go through it, and you should be covered. It's not like very complex stuff. I didn't know R very fluently when I started doing my masters, but I knew Python. So what I used to do was, whenever there was an assignment, I used to build kind of a logic, and then I used to just search for syntax for if statement, syntax for loop, how to do this in R. Or if I had known that a particular thing can be done in Python using certain functions, so I used to search for. So for example, let's say if I want to find a length of a string, so in Python I can use len function. So I would just go to Google and I'll be like, um, len in R. So usually you get those kind of things, or you can say that Python alien function in R. So you will be able to find that. So I was good with my Python programming. So I was able to pick up R quite easily. But if you're very new to programming, then yes, I would say um, go to YouTube and search for Python programming playlist or R programming playlist, and whatever playlist you get, just follow it from start till the end, and I think you should be covered. How is teaching and the held, and how different is it from India? Mm, I think you're asking how is the teaching and how is it different from India. So I would say it is very different. In India, it's more like a professor will come to your class and they will give you lecture for an hour or so, and you have to sit and listen. Here, it's not like that. Here, professors, for some modules, yes, they will have. Just give me a second. So yeah, here professors, they don't really conduct those full length lectures. For some modules, yes, there will be lectures, but in Newcastle University, I think we had lecture for only data visualization and for big data, and maybe for machine learning, I would say. But again, most of the content is available on the learning portal, so the recorded videos are there. You can watch it in your own time. You can watch it at your own pace. So if you are someone who is very fast at picking stuff, you can watch it at 1.25 or 1.5x speed. And if you are someone who is finding it hard, so you can take time, you can watch it slowly, you can watch it multiple times. And there will be labs every alternate days. You can go there and you can ask your queries to your professor. You can also drop them an email, they reply quite soon. So that's how here the learning goes. You have to do everything on your own. Teachers are not going to give you those lectures, and I personally prefer this, is because even if the professor is giving lecture, I can't be focused for an hour or so. Hardly I'll be able to listen for 10 minutes or something, and after that I will just zone out or something else. So for me, this kind of learning works quite well, and that's how it is very different from India. I personally prefer this kind of learning. So yeah, but there were a lot of people in my batch. They were like, professors here, they don't teach. We have paid so much money, and professors are not teaching us anything. They have given us all the material, and we have to learn everything on our own. But I think by the end of the course, even they appreciated that, is because when you do your own work, you learn more. So I think by the end of the course, even they started appreciating this kind of teaching methodology. Hello, Roshan. Data science versus web development. What are your views on this? Mm, it's a tough question. So there are a lot of different AI tools now available which can create websites, but when you see those fully functional, high scale websites, they will certainly lead. Need. It was a tongue twister. um, I will try again. They will certainly need web developers. So I would say web development will still be there for quite a long time. As for data science, yes, it is definitely going to be there, is because data is growing every day. And you can say that there are a lot of AI tools which can do data analysis for you, which is true. But the kind of intuition that you bring, it can't be done using an AI. It can't bring that intuition. So sometimes you see some trend on visualization, but it doesn't make sense to you, and that's where domain knowledge is very important. And then you will be able to say that, yeah, this doesn't make any sense. But when you show those visualization to your stakeholders, they might just believe it because they are just focused on the information that they are getting. So ultimately you are portraying a wrong type of information to your stakeholders, which is disastrous for any kind of business. So if you use an AI tool to do that kind of dashboarding or data analysis, it can lead to very wrong results. So that's where data scientists or data analysts comes in. They bring this kind of intuition to the table. So I would say data science is still going to be there. Web development, again, there are a lot of frameworks, and when you have to build a very customizable websites, and when you are building a large scale websites, you will still need web developers. It can't be done using an AI, at least at this point. Maybe in future it will become something else, and that goes same for data science as well. But at this point, I would say data science and web development, they both are pretty good. It all comes down to your personal preference. What do you prefer? They're very different. If you prefer to build something, I would say go for web development. But if you prefer to analyze data, if you like to do certain kind of analysis, if you like to dig deeper into machine learning, those kind of things, then I think data science is for you. In your college, does there were any placement scene, or you have to search it from outside only? So there is nothing called as on-campus placement in the UK. You will have to find job on your own. Yes, universities, they do conduct job fairs. So there will be a lot of companies coming on campus. They will show you what they do. They will tell you what kind of openings they have. You can give your resumes to them. You can take their email address and then email your resume to them. So these kind of things happen, but there is nothing like on campus placement. You'll have to find job on your own. After getting job, do we have any restrictions to come back home for 1 to 2 months? I heard that in US it's a bit hard to come back to home country before getting H1B visa. When you are on your post-study work visa, there isn't any kind of restrictions, so you can stay in your home country for however long you want, depending on the nature of the job you have. If they allow you to work fully remotely, yes, you can. But if it's a hybrid role, then, and if you have to go to office once a week or twice a week, then you might not be able to do that. So for that, you need to get in touch with your manager and then ask them, can you stay in India for a month and work from there? So for a month you won't be going to office, which is fine. But yeah, you need to get it clarified from your manager, and there is no restrictions that you can't live in your home country for 1 month or 2 months. So there is no any kind of restrictions when you are on uh, when you are on your skilled worker visa, which is tier 2 visa. In that, I think you cannot live outside UK for more than uh, it's, I think, 2 months or 3 months. I'm not sure. You need to check it on the UK government website. If you stay outside of UK on that visa, I think it will pose an issue when you will try to apply for PR. So that is something you need to keep in mind. Then the remaining modules should be learned by us. Yes, you have to learn things on your own. Living cost in Newcastle per month, including rent, food, groceries, and bills. Mm, so it depends a lot in which area you're living. So if you have done your research, if you know a bit about the area in the UK, if you are living in Jasmine, it's expensive. If you're living around the city, so if you're living in NE1, which is Newcastle 1, or if you are living in NE2, those are going to be a bit expensive. NE1 will be expensive because it is the city center. NE2 is a bit less expensive, but it is relatively high. So those are the areas which are a bit expensive. But if you're living in, let's say, Heaton, or if you're living in around Fenham, Arthursill, those are less expensive, and you should be able to find a room of decent size from around 400 to 500 pounds per month. Most of the times when you are just renting one room and sharing with other people, most of the times you can find bills included, so 400 to 500 pounds bills included. And I would suggest going for bills included rooms. and don't go for bills which you have to pay separately. So that is there. For food and stuff, again, it depends what you eat and what type of living mm, living standard you want, or the living style you have. I would say 100 to 200 pounds should be fine, which can cover your groceries. Yeah, so that is the kind of range that you are looking at, and these are the living expenses that I have told is for if you are living in a shared house. So if you are coming as a student and if you are taking a student accommodation, rents can be a little bit higher, because student accommodation, again, those are in the city center area and they provide some other facilities as well. So considering those things, it's fine, but again, those are expensive, and for me those facilities are not really something which I was looking for. So I prefer to rent a room in a shared house. So you can manage your finance from, let's say, 600, or I would say 500 to 700. In that, you should be able to manage everything. Roshan, when your new video is going to come? So the problem here is with my laptop. So I can't really, even if I record a video, I won't be able to edit it. My laptop is not in a working condition, and I always think like I will take my laptop this weekend or that weekend. I have taken it to several laptop repair shops, but I could not see the confidence in them that they will be able to repair. So I just took it back. I didn't want to take risk. Um, I may have found another repair shop and he seems to be knowledgeable. I will have to take it. But every time I think about it, and every weekend it is raining. Weekdays it stays fine, but every weekend it rains. Today also it's quite gloomy outside. But yeah, I need to get my laptop repaired, and then I will again start making videos. For now, I am creating these short videos where I'm covering um, data science interview questions, and also in the pinned comment I'm putting the answers. So if you are preparing for data science interview, or if you just want to see what type of questions are being asked in data science interviews, I think those short videos are going to be really helpful. Can you suggest some affordable locations in Newcastle, not too far from university, where I can book a room? Also, please tell me some websites to book accommodation. So, to book shared rooms, I would say Spare Room is a good app. So you need to download it on your phone, and you can just look for rooms in that. So Spare Room is a good option. If you want to look for affordable one and very close to university, I would say Arthur's Hill is the best possible location. It's like 15 to 20-minute walk from that location to the university. So you don't really have to pay for transportation. And Arthur Hill comes in NE4. So that is the postcode that you're looking for. Don't go too deep Benwell side, because that will be a bit far, and also people say that it's not safe. I don't know, because I never lived in Benville, but I lived in Arthur's Hill, Fenham. I did not find any issues there, but people, they have different perspective. Mainly, I think because it has a huge Asian community there, so there are a lot of Pakistanis, Indians, and people like that. So I think that's why people say that it is not a safe place to say but stay. But yeah, I never had any issues. So I would say, if you don't mind that, just look for Arthur's Hill, and in that location you should be able to find something. Will building AI algorithm and ML algorithm will be taught? Yes, it will be taught in your master's program. What are the differences between MTech from Tier 1 college in India and MSc from other countries? So I have not done MTech, so I don't really know much. But again, one thing that I can tell you is based on the interactions that I had with my friends doing their MTech from IITs and NITs, um, I would say that MTech is very theoretical, whereas MSc courses they are very much practical. Here, everything is being assessed based on the coursework and the projects that you are doing. Whereas in India, yes, you will be assessed based on your coursework, but you will also be having exams. So yeah, that is the major difference, I would say. Mm, and again, I think this is very important is that getting into those tier 1 colleges in India is quite hard, so you'll have to prepare quite a lot for gate exams. And if you're able to get rank within top 100 or something like that, if you're looking for computer science, then you will be able to get into your good colleges. Whereas if you want to um, if you want to do your masters from foreign countries, I think it is relatively less hard, I would say. Is because you don't have to prepare for a year for gate exam. You just need to prepare for a month, um, be it let's say GRE or IELTS or something like that. So it is not as punishing as preparing for gate exams. So that is what I would say. But yes, you will pay quite less when you do MTech, and you will be paying quite a lot of money when you will do MS. So there's a trade-off. You need to find a balance. You need to see which one works best for you. Another thing which I think not many people talk about is the exposure that you get when you come or when you go to some other country where the culture is very different. You learn a lot. You see that few things are doing in a certain way in your home country and it is being done here completely differently. So it gives you some ideas to implement those things maybe in your country, maybe something that you can bring from India to here. So you can start your own startup business, whatever you want. So it gives you a very broad perspective. And also, most of the times you start to appreciate your country even more in certain regards. Yes, there will be few things which you feel like will be much better here as compared to your home country. But yeah, those are few of the things that I can say are different. I also touched upon things which are not exactly related to MTech and MS, but yeah, I think that will give you a bit of a picture. How is my criteria in UK? It's exams or assignment. For most of the universities, they do conduct some exams and there will be assignments, but majority of the part, the weightage is given to assignments and coursework that you will do. So most of the projects, and for all the modules, you will be doing quite a lot of projects. So by the end of your masters, you will have like 5, 6, maybe 10 projects to put in your portfolio, which is a good thing. And there will be few modules here and there where they will conduct exams. So yeah, it's a mix of both. In most of the universities, there are some universities like Newcastle University where it was purely based on projects and coursework, which was again one of the major factors why I chose Newcastle University. Any difference in terms of package? Yes, it's huge, I think. Because when you do MSc from a different country, so US or UK, you will be earning in pounds. Whereas if you are doing your MTech in India, most likely you will find something in India, unless you are able to find something in Google, Amazon, or something like that. So in that case, your salary will be relatively less. So yeah, there will be a difference in salary. How is the work-life balance there? I would say so far so good, but again, it depends a lot on the deadlines. So if the deadline is near, then maybe the work level will go up. But in general, if I talk, it's much better than what we have in India. Can you please tell what is your job profile and company if possible? So I work as a data scientist at Stanley Black and Decker. Just give me a second. Can you spell the locality, please? So Arthurs space Hill HILL. That's Arthur's Hill, and Fenham is FENHUM. Fenham. It's like Fenham, but usually here people call it Fenham. Hi Suraj, where are you now? I'm in Newcastle. I mean, if you are in Newcastle, yes, we can certainly meet sometime, depending on uh, the availability of time that we have. Postgraduate diploma is good or MSc? If I had to pick one, I would go for MSc. Please make video on using GOT as data scientist and how. I think you're asking about Git. Yeah, so I have made a note of it. I will make a video, but like I said, I first need to get my laptop fixed. Then only I will be able to do that video. Um, I'll see. I will try maybe tomorrow to take my laptop to a workshop. Hopefully, it should get fixed by next week. But yeah, I first need to get my laptop fixed. So far, if you have liked the live Q and if you have found any useful information out of it, do give it a thumbs up. It keeps me motivated to come live and answer your questions, and also it helps with the YouTube as well. So yeah, do give this live session a thumbs up. In the resume, first education or work experience. If you have a relevant work experience, then I would say work experience should be first, and then you can add resume. But sorry, then you can add education. But if you don't have relevant experience, or if you don't have a considerable amount of experience, then I would say education should come first. Will it be easy for anyone who have completed applied AI course for doing MSc? I would say so, yes. Because I personally felt like I had learned most of the things from applied AI course, and I was able to do those things uh, relatively easily. In your job, are you working on computer vision or something else? So currently, I'm working mainly in natural language processing. So we may have use cases in the future on computer vision, but so far, I'm currently working on natural language processing. Was applied AI course as good as master's degree? If we talk purely based on the course content and teaching, I would say yes, probably even better. But the kind of exposure that you get in master's degree, there is no comparison to that. So yeah, and if you just want to learn data science, you don't really have to do master's degree. You can literally find everything free of cost on YouTube or any other platform. So I would say you don't really do masters for just learning data science or any other course. You do masters to get the kind of exposure that university can provide. You do masters to interact with different people. You do masters to experience different things. So I would say, yeah, in terms of course content, I would say applied AI course was good and probably better than master's degree, but there are other factors that you need to consider. I have got an internship as data scientist. They are saying they will give me a PPO as well, but this is all verbal. Should I? What is PPO? What are your views on doing MSc from Canada? I think it's a good place to do. It's a good place to do your masters, because one of my friend, she is doing her masters from Canada, and she has only good things to talk about there. She was able to find multiple internships, part-time jobs during her masters, and now she is about to finish her masters, and now she is applying for jobs. So I would say from her side, I have only heard positive things, and she seems to be very happy to be there. So yeah, I would say Canada is a good option. How is Coventry University for MSc Data Science? Coventry University is a good university. I personally like their course content as well. So I have a good impression of Coventry University. Hi bro, is it true that the crime rate in the UK has grown a lot and it is not safe to live there? I don't know, because I have never felt like that. I have um, gone from one place to another place at night on the foot. So I still never felt like it is unsafe. So I won't say that. There are some locations. So in the UK, there are places like there is this biker place, which is having a very bad reputation. People say that there are a lot of crimes happen in that area. So I would say avoid those areas. Apart from that, I think it's a good place, and I never felt like I was in any kind of trouble. So I wouldn't say that the crime rate is going up. Pre-placement offer. Um, what is it something that is stopping you to apply for that job, Suraj? Because they are saying that they will give you pre-placement offer. That's good. A lot of companies they don't even say anything, and you just blindly apply to those roles. So because when you go to LinkedIn when you're applying for a job, you don't know whether they are even gonna call you for an interview or something like that, and you still apply for those. So I would say there is nothing wrong in applying to that, and you're not going to lose anything, I would say. So yeah, it's better to apply for that, apply for a job, unless you're not happy with the work that you're doing there. So in that case, you may not want to apply. Apart from that, I would say yeah, apply. Freshers will have fear of getting low package. So how will you suggest, like, should we learn some new technology, get experience with some low package? You can learn quite a lot of things, but you can't really replace someone who has experience, because it's not just about your knowledge, it's also how you behave. And trust me when I say behave, you can clearly see the difference between someone who is a fresher and someone who has 3 4 years of experience. So, and that kind of behavior will only come when you have been in that kind of atmosphere. And by atmosphere, I mean being in an organization. So, I would say yes, learning new technology is always good. You should learn, but getting an experience will help you quite a lot. So, if you are getting, let's say, low package, um, it's not like you should not apply for those roles where you are getting high salary. So if there is a role which is paying, let's say, 85,000 pound for a fresher, you should apply for it. What if you get that opportunity? That's well and good. If not, then you try to get any kind of offer, and if you are able to find something for 30 35,000 pound, take that, work there, gain experience, learn things. And if you feel like you're happy working there, you need to talk to your manager. And here I think this kind of conversation is very open. It's not like when in India you ask your manager for a salary hike or something, um, it is considered as a taboo, which is not the case here. You can literally talk to them openly, and they do entertain these kind of conversations. If they feel like yes, you have done well and you're worth investing in, the company will certainly increase your salary by multiple folds. But if they say that no, they are not willing to increase your salary, in that case you can always look for some other roles. And then the good thing is you will have some experience under your belt in a relevant thing. So I would always say get experience will be a better option. How are the professors in Newcastle? I would say very knowledgeable. um, they may not know everything, which is the case with almost everyone, but they at least try to help you in whatever issues you have. And there will be a lot of PhD students. They will also be able to help you, and they usually come to labs as assistants, or I would say supervisors, instructors. There are a lot of terms we used to use, But yeah, there will be a lot of PhD students there, and they will be also helping you. So I would say professors were really good in Newcastle University. I believe masters is needed to increase the branding. Most jobs in companies like Amazon have this as eligibility in their openings. Should look at crime rate in Noida. Yeah, so I would say yes. When you have a master's degree on your CV, it does give a good impression. It says that yes, you have a master's degree and you have gone a bit further from bachelor's degree. You have put in effort, you have learned something. So yes, certainly, having master's degree on your resume is going to make an impact. And I think I don't know about Indian job market, but here, if you have masters on your resume, it does play a role, especially when you don't have too much experience. And by too much experience, I mean more than 4 or 5 years of experience. So if you don't have that, I think having master's degree will certainly give a boost. So what are the places in London that you would say are safe in your opinion? I have no idea about London. I need to ask my friend which places, because he lived there for 6 7 months. I just went there for like 3 or 4 days to just visit, and I was living in a city center and I felt quite safe there. There will be places where it might not be as safe, so I'm not really aware of that. I need to ask my friend, and I'll try to ask him for recommended places to live where it's safe and also not too expensive. And maybe in next live Q&A, I will be able to tell you something about that. I've got an internship as data scientist. They are saying they will give me PPO as well, but this is all. I think I answered this question already. Okay, should I still apply for other jobs side by side? So that's what I said. I think if you are happy working there and if you feel like people around you are good, if you feel the kind of work that you are doing is good, then maybe you should not. Um but it's always good to be on a safer side. So I would say yes, keep applying and try to get an offer. If this company choose not to go ahead with the PPO, then maybe you will have something else. But if they provide you PPO and if you're happy there, yes, you should just say no to the other company, or maybe you can negotiate for higher salary between those two. So you can always use that second job as a bargain. So yeah, I would say you should still apply for other jobs. I'm doing good, Shaswat. It's been a long time. How's your job going? It's going fine. I mean, I'm liking it. Mainly, I already talked about this. I'm mainly working with natural language processing and stuff, and it's a challenging job, and I really like that. So, what I always wanted to do, I'm doing. So, it's all good. I'm enjoying it. How about you? How are you doing? How's your plan moving forward? Should we learn data structures and algorithm also for interview there? Um, so initial few rounds where they will either send you hacker rank link where you have to solve certain problems. So there, if you are using proper data structures, yes, it will be helpful. For freshers, I would say they usually ask these kind of topics where coding round will be there for um, then there will be this data structures round, but it's not like it's going to be very hard. So it won't be as hard as for a software engineering role. So if you are aware of all the data structures which are included in Python, so let's say list, tuples, sets, dictionaries. So if you know those things, if you know how to use it, that's all good. You need to know about data frames. So if you know pandas library quite well, I think you should be fine. In terms of algorithm, you need to know how to find the complexity of an algorithm, how to optimize an algorithm. So if you have written some algorithm and let's say its time complexity is n square, so how you can bring it down, how you can make your algorithm a bit faster. So you need to know all those kind of things. You don't need to learn like binary search or traveling salesman, round robin. You don't need to learn all those algorithms, but yeah, it's better to know that you understand how the time complexity works, just to improve your algorithms. Can you tell me what your package is? I can't because it is confidential and I was specifically told not to talk about it, so I can't say that. But I can just give you a rough idea. It's 40 plus. Do we have data structures there in MSc, right? So, what topics will be in curriculum? Um, Data structures is not covered as part of your MSc data science. It will be in computer science course. What topics will be covered for data science? Some of the universities they do cover programming language. Some universities don't, so that is kind of an optional. Majority of the times they will cover statistics, data analytics, um, exploratory data analytics, machine learning, and deep learning. Those are some of the important. Deep learning is again something optional. So most of the universities they do provide you optional module where you can take deep learning. So I would say machine learning, statistics, and exploratory data analysis. Those are the compulsory things that usually university will cover as part of their masters. Where are you living right now? So I'm living in Newcastle. Choosing a data science course with placement year is worth, or 1 year course is more than sufficient to get a job? I would say 1 year course is more than sufficient to get a job, but if you are a fresher and if you just want to be a safer side, you want some buffer time, you can take placement year, but again, placement year can become a bit expensive. So I would say it is not the necessary thing to do. A lot of people who have done their masters I know of from Northumberland University, they did not take placement year and they were fine without that. So I would say it is not compulsory to take. Without placement year, also, you should be fine. So now we are well over 1 hour. I will now end this live Q&A. I've answered quite a lot of questions today. So I hope it was helpful. If you enjoyed it, do join us next Saturday, 12 p.m. UK time. I usually post the link or the notification 15 minutes before I start live Q&A in Discord server and also in Telegram group. So whichever you feel convenient, you can join those. You can find the link in the description, so that even if YouTube doesn't send you the notification, you will be aware that I'm going live. So yeah, have a great weekend. Happy learning. Bye. Bye Ravula. Bye Shivam.